Hey there, YouTube. My name is Braden Johnson. I just wanted to make a video today going over what I think one of the biggest issues in the car world is. One of the biggest issues having project cars and having this as your hobby. Just for background, I got a full time job. I got an old lady, a couple dogs. So I don't devote my whole life to continuously working on cars, although I would like it that way, and if I had the energy to do so, I definitely would. Initially, what got me into cars was seeing these G bodies back in the day. My cousins had a couple around, and just seeing them when I was this high with um, the Oldsmobile badges on them, and then the shovel nose front is I was drawn to them right away. So I think I bought this one in 2020, maybe 2021. And that's what got me into. That's kind of what got me into cars right away after high school was this car. Was my first classic car. So 21, I pretty much only had this car and my Tahoe, which was my daily at the time, is what you would say. But then also, I found this Cadillac CTS beside me. That was a $500 car running and driving. I didn't really have to do too much to it, so I used that as a commuter car, and that did really well for me. So for $500, of course, you got to pick it up, and then I'll show you what follows here after acquiring this Cadillac. We've acquired quite a few vehicles since then, and this isn't even all of them. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six out here, two in the garage. So that's eight total. So coming back 2022 from a deployment, um, I started working on this thing here. This is a 79 Impala. It's got a pretty rowdy 350 in it now. I pulled this out of my aunt's pasture. It's been in my family since 2003. So as far as I can remember, it's just always been sitting around. But I wanted to get this done right away, and that kind of snowballed me working on stuff and kind of get my hands dirty. And I remember working on this thing when it was 30 degrees outside, and um, just freezing my butt off, but trying to get stuff done on this car. I was motivated to hear it run and see it drive. When I drug it out of the pasture, it initially had a locked up 305 in it, so now it's just got that 350 in it. But yeah, I'll have this car forever. This kind of was my first project car, if you could say. Then a little bit later, this one pops up, $500, running and driving. So what have I been wanting to do? Well, I've been wanting to turbo an LS, and that's what I did with this. And this is the engine in here, being run by that Aces EFI kit. It's being run on a 7-inch screen. That's a jackpot kit. It was pretty easy to set this all up. I was actually surprised and kind of got me into the turbo LS stuff. But yeah, I'm sure I'll have to spend about 100 hours just learning on it and getting to uh, learn and experience how to tune a LS on the software that they have. Then this popped up on Facebook Marketplace. 72 Oldsmobile Cutlass 4-door. Um, I don't really have any plans for it. I just bought it because it was 750 bucks with a title. Um, it runs and drives pretty good. I just don't want to put any money into it. The body's pretty shot. The interior's pretty trash. But it's got a good drivetrain in it, so it's at least worth that $750, I think. And then we have Old Reliable here, which is a 1975 Nova Custom 4-door. It's got a 350 with a 2-barrel, all original. It's got 21,299 miles on it, which is original. Interior is good on it. Headliner's being hung up by some tacks, but they all are. And this here is a 99 Chevy 1500 Silverado. It's got a 5.3 LS, supposedly pretty recent rebuilt 4L60, and a title, and it was 500 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. So what I had to do, I had to pick it up. I'm working on fixing the frame right now on it, getting the frame welded, and my goal is to make it into a street truck. This here's my 2004 Chevy 1500. As you can see, I'm sitting on the transmission that needs to go in it. So that's just this is a daily driver for me, but the 4L60 went out recently, so I've been working on getting that replaced. So as you can see, I have a lot going on here all the time with daily drivers breaking, and you got to work on project cars, and then also too, I think one of the biggest mistakes and with people being in the car hobby is taking on too many projects at once. So I feel if I would have just maybe put my eggs in one or two baskets, one or two cars, and just continually improve stuff on that car and fix things on it, I'd be a lot more content in life right now. So, for example, this '04 Silverado transmission just went out on me about a month ago. I had 2 weeks of AT I had to fit in there, so let's just say 2 to 3 weeks that this has been down for me. But meanwhile, this car transmission has been out since last year is when I got it over here to in this garage to start working on replacing the transmission. During last deployment, a tree fell on it too, so I've been working on replacing the hood and putting new fenders on. And like I said, just finally the other day, after this car's been in my garage for 8 months, I finally got the transmission back in it again. I don't know if it's lack of motivation for this or if it's just continually having to lay on your back on concrete, in not ideal conditions in the weather. But it definitely plays a factor in finding motivation just to work on your hobby some days. One thing that I will highly recommend is to make a to-do list of all your projects. Just put it wherever you need it. But that's this way, if you have more than one project, it's a lot easier to keep track of what's going on and what you got to do on each one. I think my key takeaway from this video is to know what you can take on, know what you can chew at once, and really sleep on if you can uh, fit another project into your life. You also got to factor into the cost of insuring each car and then going to the courthouse and transferring the title on each one and registering it for the year. Um, that plays a big cost factor in being able to afford cars. It doesn't take long before you get to being the person that continually says, "Oh, I want to get to it one of these days." Pretty much overnight, you turn into that guy. It seems. I think it's just my list that gets so long, and it kind of teeters me away from wanting to do things on it. I want to take the drivetrain, that Turbo LS out of the Tahoe, put it in the Impala, take the 350 out of the Impala, and put that in the Cutlass. Which first the 400 has to get out of the Cutlass, and in front of that I have, two transmission swaps I gotta finish up with. So I mean, on paper it looks good, but it's just I think you get the amount of work you think about it, it's menacing. On top of that, it's not just adding parts you want to each car. It's not adding performance stuff to them all the time. It's, oh, I need a set of tires for this one now. It's basic maintenance stuff. It's oil, coolant, all that kind of stuff that adds into the cost of being able to do it. I would have been a naysayer back in the day about this, but I firmly believe now that having too many project cars at once severely hinders your ability to get things done on cars. It seemed like for me when I was first getting into it, every extra minute that I had pretty much outside of work and doing things that I had to do, I was actively laying on the ground underneath the hood of something or continuously doing something to further along a project or get to the end result. But now it's completely. I can't say it's completely changed. I definitely am not as motivated as um, what I once was as far as getting projects completed or just working on projects. I think I just kind of got scatterbrained somewhere along the line, and I just kind of got to circle back home to um, how it was before. If I can get back to that, I think I gotta just hone in on maybe 2 or 3 cars. And if I can get things done that way, then that's what it's got to be. I just feel like getting more project cars, your time and efforts wear thin at times. Now, don't get me wrong here. I do think it's a good thing to go from Oldsmobile to Cadillac to Chevy to whatever it is. I do think it is a good thing to have a lot of different projects as far as working on different stuff. But I think those projects would be completed faster, and you'd have more fun with them if you were working on one at a time, not 8. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and also drop a comment. Tell me if you relate to anything I was talking about in the video. Later.